Hey guys, so this here is my Traxxas Stampede. It's a pretty sweet RC truck. It's definitely a great RC truck for beginner RC enthusiasts. Now, I am not super experienced with RC cars, right? I'm not super experienced with anything RC, but I do have multiple RC vehicles. I know how to operate them, right? But I'm not super experienced in terms of like the best parts or, you know, the best techniques for building them, but I do know how they work and I can build them, you know. But I haven't put that much research into like the best parts and whatnot, because I kind of like to dip my toes into many different waters. So like I have an RC plane, I have an RC boat that's actually under construction. It's been under construction for a long time though, but it's actually, the body is pretty much finished. I just need a motor and stuff. And then I have this RC car, and then obviously I've been doing model rockets forever. So, I do love RC and model stuff. It's like one of my favorite hobbies. And especially, driving around this RC car. I mean, it's just a blast, you know. RC cars are awesome. Especially this RC truck, because it's like, going off-road with RC is especially fun, because you get to, like, do certain things that you wouldn't necessarily do in a car. You know, like you wouldn't take your truck, like I have a truck, a pickup, you know, and I like drifting it around. I've actually posted it in a video of me drifting my truck around. But I would never do the same kind of stuff that I do with this thing, with my pickup, you know, because it's my car, so I get around, you know, like I'm not going to screw it up, you know. But if I screw this up, I can, you know, fix it pretty inexpensively. So it's a way to kind of like get out those things that you really want to do with your truck, you know, but you can't because, you know, you screw it up, so. But I love driving this thing around. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite things to do now that I've fixed it, and that's what I'm going to talk about next, is how for the longest time this thing was broken and I couldn't find the gears to fix it, but I figured out that I didn't really need another gear. I just needed to move the motor a little bit. Because what happened was somebody else was driving it actually. I wasn't the one that broke it. And they went from reverse to forward immediately, you know, and I told them not to do that. They did. I was almost sure that it stripped the main drive gear out, you know, and so I was like, oh man, I gotta get a new one of those. And I never really got around to it because I was doing other stuff. And I found it because I actually was going to use the receiver out of the car for a model rocket project, and I was like, let me really look into what's wrong with the car. And I opened up the transmission basically in here, and I noticed that the motor was just backed off of the gear. The gear looked fine, and I was like, I wonder why it's broken, but maybe the gear was out more and it just evenly grinded down the gear. I don't know. But no, the motor was backed off a little bit, so I just, you know, loosened the motor mount, pushed it back onto the gear so it was turning it, tightened her back down, and worked fine. And so it was great. I fixed it, and it was a blast now. So, yeah, I love driving this thing. I'm going to try and be able to drive it every day if I can. It's hard sometimes when I have work until it gets dark. But yes, the Traxxas Stampede is definitely a great beginner RC truck. I would recommend it to anyone. It is super, super fun. And the suspension is really good, too. It's a really fun truck to drive around.